Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Miami Marlins. The top of the lineup is anchored down by second baseman Luis Arias, who was fresh off his second consecutive batting title. Last year he had a ridiculous 354 with 30 doubles and 10 home runs and only struck out 34 times in 574 at-bats. Behind Arias, they will look to get a healthy season from center fielder Jazz Chisholm Jr., who was limited to just 383 ABs in 2023. Last year he hit 19 home runs and drove in 51. At third base is Jake Berger, who the Fish acquired in an August trade with the White Sox. Last season, the 27-year-old hit 34 home runs and drove in 80. At shortstop is newly signed Tim Anderson, who was brought in on a one-year deal. The 2019 AL batting champ is coming off an ugly 2023 campaign that saw him just hit one home run in 123 games. Behind the dish, they will rely on Christian Bethancourt, whom they acquired from the Guards in the winter. Last year, he hit 11 home runs across 104 games. On the bump, 2024 will look a little different as ace Sandy Alcantara will miss the entire 2024 campaign after undergoing Tommy John surgery last October. They will rely on Jesus Luzardo to step up in his absence. He's coming off a strong season, winning 10 games across 32 starts. He will look for 21-year-old Yuri Perez to take another step in 2024. Last year in 19 starts, he posted a 3.15 ERA, striking out 108 batters in 91 1/3 innings. In the bullpen, they will lean on lefty Tanner Scott, who is coming off a 12-save season with a 2.31 ERA in 2023. Now, let's take a deeper look at the 2024 Miami Marlins.
All right, guys, let's jump into it. Blake, obviously, this Miami Marlins team is missing Jorge Soler now. They did add Tim Anderson, like we said in the intro. What is your first look? What's your first look? What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, obviously, you got back-to-back batting title champ Luis Arias at the top, coming off a very impressive season where he batted 346. You got a lot of good pieces in this lineup. Obviously, they need a full season from Jazz Chisholm Jr. That's a big part of their offense. I think that a full season of Jake Berger is going to go a long way for this team too. He's going to bring some power from the right side, and you got to figure that Tim Anderson's going to bounce back from a one home run, 25 RBI season, right? I mean, he's been upwards of a 300 career hitter. Obviously, last year took a big hit to that department, but there's a lot to like about this offense. But obviously, the subtraction of Jorge Soler hurts the power side for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember too, Tim Anderson's won a batting title as well. So, at the end of the day, if there is a world where you can go Arise, Anderson, and Chisholm back to back to back, that would be
That's good.
That plays for sure. As far as this pitching goes, you're gonna miss Alcantara. So, but Luzardo, Perez, and then AJ Puck as a starter, they're projecting him 13 starts. He made 0 last year, so
Yeah,
he's a guy that's dealt with injury in the past. How's that going to pan out? There are some guys out there like Lorenzen still left. How would he look in this rotation at the back half? If you took out Ryan Weathers, you put a Michael Lorenzen in there. Is that possible too? I mean, if you look at payroll, it definitely is possible.
yeah.
They're at $102 million, and if you come down here to luxury tax, they're at 124. We got plenty to play with. I don't see a Blake Snell going here. I really don't see maybe a Jordan Montgomery. He's not attached to a pick.
Right.
There has been some rumors that they are interested in a JD Martinez. I think that would be interesting too, but they do have some guys that can DH already. So,
Right.
they have Asbael Garcia in there right now. Obviously, who would you rather have, JD Martinez or Garcia? I'm picking Martinez myself.
Yeah.
But this team's gonna steal some bags. I mean, everybody's projected to steal a little bit, and then you got Birdie and Bruin on the bench, and Birdie's gonna get enough. He's on the bench right here, but he's gonna find playing time. I mean, last year he had 424 appearances and 16 stolen bases, 294 average that plays.
Yep.
So as far as that goes,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Jesus Sanchez is interesting to me. He's got some pop.
He does.
He's young.
From the left side too, for sure.
Only hit 14 homers last year, but I like the swing. I like the player. Like you said, Josh Chisholm has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Josh Bell, what Josh Bell are we getting?
Yeah,
It's pretty streaky, but
he's very
in the
streaky.
pen, Tanner Scott's expected to save some games for them. They tried David Robertson last year towards the end of the year. It went so-so. They have Sixto Sanchez making the team, which is interesting. And he has no option, so he has to make the team or
Like
he's
that's
out of here.
crazy. He's 25 years old and doesn't even have a year of MLB service time. Like that's
Yeah.
wild.
Edward Cabrera is dealing with a little bit of shoulder issue right now. Like we
Same
said,
with
Alcantara's out for the year.
yeah, same with Garrett
Um,
too. Shoulder stuff going on there
if
too.
we go back to the payroll, I mean, they're only locked up. Their highest is Josh Bell on a 2-year deal, 16.5 AAV.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not even their 2-year deal, I don't think. I think
It
it was the
the
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah, it was the Guardians.
Pascal Garcia 12. I mean, they they have the money to play with. It's just they've never been big players, they've never been big spenders. The last time they did spend big was what? Like Jose Reyes?
Yeah, something
Like
along the lines
I
of
mean
that.
they spent it on Stanton for sure to extend him.
Yeah,
That was a big deal, but they let Yelich go, they let Ozuna go, they let Stanton
Realmuto.
go,
Yeah,
Realmuto go. Like they had
they had a good
you
team, good
they
core.
had a yeah, and you let that walk. They rebuilt it up. They're more they made the playoffs a couple times
Hmm.
in the past couple years. Um they're built around pitching for sure, and they're gonna be built on hitting the ball in the gaps, not really hitting the ball over the fence. So interesting team.
Yeah,
And playing in the NL East, it's obviously uphill battle with the Phillies and Braves, but they're expecting them to have a losing record this year. And they were 84 and 78 last year. I mean, losing Jorge Soler is a 6-game, 4-game swing.
I don't
And,
think so. I think that's probably correct. Braves,
but look
Phillies,
at the
Marlins,
I mean, look
Mets.
at the run differential, minus
Yeah,
57. They won 84 games. They're obviously winning some games late and finding ways to win in games they shouldn't. So
right. Yeah, it's tough division with those two at the top for sure. Um, but that's probably how I would predict it, to be honest. That's how
you
I
think they'll be a wild card team this year, or do you think that they're not going to make it?
do. I think they'll be in the hunt for a wild card spot because I like their
Yeah.
pitching. I like it's a decent balance. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully you get a full season of Chisholm and Yuri Perez takes another step like he did last year. And you hope that Lazardo can kind of replicate what he did last year. You got a solid little 1-2 punch. Obviously, the um not having your ace hurts for sure. He's one of the best pitchers in the game, so obviously that's gonna be a big loss.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I mean, obviously we can't predict what they're going to do at the trade deadline right now. We're going based off of what they have now.
Hmm.
Maybe they add a slugger, towards the middle of the season, and that that's a big deal for them. I mean, I I don't want to throw this out there like it's going to happen, but maybe like a Pete Alonso. They have Bell, but Bell can go DH. Pete Alonso goes in there. He's on a walk here if the Mets are out of it. Their pitching doesn't look great right now.
Nope.
I'm surprised they're actually expecting him to win 80 games, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. That's
All right, you got anything to add?
no, no. It's a decent roster. That's what I'll say.
All right, perfect. All right, guys, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.